Artificial intelligence, or AI, is changing the world of art very quickly. In the past, AI was mainly used to study information or do simple repeated jobs. Today, it can create paintings, drawings, digital pictures, music, and even poems. As AI art becomes better and more popular, many people are asking an important question. Can a machine really be creative if it cannot think or feel like a human? For many years, people have believed that art is a way to share human experiences. A painting, a song, or a story often shows the artist's feelings, memories, ideas, or culture. This personal connection makes art special. AI is different because it has no emotions or personal experiences. It creates pictures by learning from millions of images and following written instructions called prompts. The final picture may look new, but the way AI creates it is different from the way a human artist works. One important ethical problem is permission. Most AI systems learn from millions of pictures found on the internet. Many of these pictures belong to professional artists. Some artists say that their work was used without asking them first. Because of this, they feel that their hard work has helped AI companies without receiving any credit or payment. This has started a big discussion about copyright, ownership, and the rights of artists. People who support AI have a different opinion. Human artists also learn by looking at the work of other artists. Painters study famous paintings. Musicians listen to great music. And writers read many books before they improve their own skills. In the same way, AI learns from many examples. However, there is one important difference. Human artists understand feelings and life experiences, but AI only studies patterns in data. It does not understand the meaning behind the art it creates. Another important question is about who should receive the credit. Imagine that someone writes one short sentence into an AI program and it creates a beautiful painting. Who is the real artist? Is it the person who wrote the prompt? Is it the people who built the AI system? Or should the artists whose work helped train the AI also receive some credit? These questions are still difficult to answer, and many countries are still working on new laws for AI. AI is also changing the economy. Companies can now create advertisements, pictures, and designs much faster and for less money. This helps businesses save time and costs. However, some artists worry because there may be fewer jobs for them in the future. Even so, history shows that new technology does not always replace people. Instead, it changes the way people work. Many artists are already using AI as a helpful tool to create new ideas and improve their work. AI also creates another problem for society. It can make pictures that look so real that people may believe they are true, even when they are fake. Because of this, it is becoming more important to learn how to check information carefully. People should understand how AI creates images and learn how to decide whether those images are real or not. Technology should help people learn the truth, not make it harder to find. In the end, the ethics of AI art is not only about machines replacing human artists. It is about making good decisions while using new technology. The future of art will depend not only on what AI can do, but also on how wisely people use it. If governments, technology companies, teachers, artists, and the public work together, they can create fair rules that protect both creativity and innovation. In this way, AI can become a useful partner instead of a problem, and the future of art can be fair for everyone. Artificial intelligence has changed the creative world very quickly. A few years ago, AI was mainly used to analyze information or complete repetitive tasks. Today, however, It can create paintings, illustrations, digital images, music, and even poetry. As AI-generated art becomes more impressive, an important question has appeared. Can something be truly creative if it is produced by a machine that has no thoughts or feelings? For a long time, people have believed that art is a way for humans to express their experiences. Every painting, song, or story often reflects the artist's emotions, memories, opinions, or cultural background. This personal connection gives artwork its special meaning. AI, however, does not have feelings or personal experiences. Instead, it creates images by studying huge collections of existing artwork and responding to written instructions called prompts. Although the final image may look original, the creative process is very different from that of a human artist. One of the biggest ethical concerns is the issue of permission. Most AI systems have learnt from millions of images collected from the internet, many of which belong to professional artists. Many creators say that their work was included in AI training without their knowledge or approval. As a result, they believe that years of hard work have helped build commercial AI systems without receiving proper credit or payment. Because of this, the discussion about copyright, ownership, and intellectual property has become much more important. People who support AI offer a different point of view. Human artists have always learned by studying the work of others. Painters learn by visiting museums. Musicians improve by listening to famous composers, and writers develop their skills by reading great books. From this point of view, AI is simply learning in a similar way but much faster. However, there is still one important difference. Human beings understand emotions, personal experiences, and intentions, while AI only recognizes patterns and relationships in data. Another important question is about authorship. Imagine that someone enters a short prompt into an AI program and receives a beautiful digital painting. Who should be called the artist? Should the credit go to the person who wrote the prompt, the engineers who built the AI system, the company that owns the software, or the many artists whose work was used during training? These questions have not yet been fully answered, and governments are still trying to create laws that match the rapid development of AI technology. The economic effects are also important. AI allows businesses to produce advertisements, illustrations, and marketing images in just a few seconds, and often at a much lower cost. This saves both time and money. However, it also creates challenges for professional artists whose jobs may become less secure. Even so, history shows that new technology does not always replace creativity. Instead, it often changes the skills that are most valuable. Artists who use AI as a helpful tool instead of seeing it only as a competitor may discover exciting new ways to create. There is also a wider responsibility that affects society. AI can create images that look so realistic that it becomes difficult to tell whether they are real or fake. This makes false information easier to spread. For that reason, digital literacy is becoming just as important as artistic ability. People need to understand not only how AI creates images, but also how to check whether those images can be trusted. Technology should help people understand the world better, not make them more confused. In the end, the ethics of AI art is not simply about machines replacing artists. It is really about the values that people choose to protect while technology continues to develop. The future of creativity will depend not only on what AI can do, but also on how responsibly humans decide to use it. If governments, technology companies, educators, artists, and the public work together to create fair and transparent rules, AI can become a valuable creative partner instead of a source of conflict. The future of art will be shaped not only by smarter machines, but also by wiser human decisions. Artificial intelligence has revolutionized the creative world with astonishing speed. What was once regarded as a tool for analyzing data or automating routine tasks has evolved into a technology capable of producing paintings, illustrations, digital photography, music, and even poetry. As AI-generated art becomes increasingly sophisticated, however, society faces a question that is as philosophical as it is technological. Can creativity truly exist without consciousness? For centuries, art has been understood as an expression of human experience. Every brushstroke, melody, or written sentence has often reflected an artist's emotions, memories, beliefs, or cultural identity. It is this deeply personal connection that gives many works of art their lasting significance. AI, by contrast, possesses neither emotions nor life experiences. Instead, it generates images by recognizing patterns within enormous collections of existing artwork and responding to carefully written prompts. Although the results may appear original, the creative process itself differs fundamentally from that of a human artist. One of the most controversial ethical issues concerns consent. Most AI systems have been trained using millions of images collected from the internet, many of which were created by professional artists. Numerous creators argue that their work was incorporated into training datasets without their knowledge or permission. Consequently, they believe that years of artistic dedication have contributed to commercial technologies without fair recognition or financial compensation. Such concerns have intensified the global debate surrounding copyright, ownership, and intellectual property. Supporters of AI, nevertheless, present a compelling counter-argument. Human artists have always learned by studying those who came before them. Painters visit museums, musicians analyze masterpieces, and writers read classic literature before developing their own distinctive voices. From this perspective, AI merely accelerates a learning process that has existed throughout history. The crucial difference, however, is that human beings interpret knowledge through emotion, personal reflection, and conscious intention, whereas AI relies exclusively on statistical relationships within data. Equally important is the question of authorship. If an extraordinary image is produced after a user types a single sentence into an AI system, who deserves the credit? Should recognition belong to the individual who wrote the prompt, the engineers who designed the algorithm, the company that developed the software, or the countless artists whose work indirectly trained the model? These questions remain largely unresolved, and legal systems across the world continue to struggle with technologies that are evolving faster than legislation can accommodate. The economic consequences are equally significant. AI enables businesses to generate illustrations, advertisements, and marketing materials within seconds, often at a fraction of the traditional cost. While such efficiency benefits companies and consumers alike, it also threatens the livelihoods of many professional artists. Yet history reminds us that technological revolutions rarely eliminate creativity altogether. Instead, they transform the skills that society values most. Artists who embrace AI as a collaborative tool rather than a competitor may discover entirely new forms of creative expression. Beyond economics lies an even broader social responsibility. Hyper-realistic AI-generated images can blur the distinction between reality and fabrication, making misinformation increasingly difficult to detect. Consequently, digital literacy has become as essential as artistic literacy. Citizens must learn not only how AI creates images, but also how to evaluate their authenticity with critical judgment. Technology should enhance human understanding rather than undermine public trust. Ultimately, the ethics of artificial intelligence art is not a debate about machines replacing humans. Rather, it is a conversation about the values humanity chooses to preserve while embracing innovation. It is not technological capability that will determine the future of creativity, but ethical responsibility. If governments, developers, educators, artists, and the public collaborate to establish transparent standards, AI can become a powerful creative partner instead of a source of division. The future of art, therefore, depends not merely on increasingly intelligent machines, but on increasingly wise human decisions.